Cause that wasn't even the biggest news story of the day. Nah. Yo, we're just getting started. Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis are
So let me. So we've obviously moved on from Sasha. So obviously I've said my 2 cents on that. That'll obviously be its own separate video. So expect that, obviously. But on to the next concrete of news, and it is a doozy. So yeah, John Laurinaitis, who's naturally married and who is basically 59 years old, and Vince, who's possibly still married to Linda, who's basically nearly 77 years old. Vince, that is. They did a naughty thing. I'm going to explain that naughty thing after watching the little thing of it from Wrestling Gifts after I've messaged Sammy. There we go. Just going into the Discord's VC of my server, guys. That's just what I'm doing at the moment. Anyway, guys, let's go back to the vid now that that's done with for the minute, or for a minute.
about to catch a case. Okay, not really, but Vince McMahon at 76 years old, that old man, I don't know what kind of Viagra, I don't know what kind of Cialis he was taking. He is still out there doing his thing, and because of that, he is about to.
Yeah, Vince is still going strong, guys. Even at 76 years old, nearly 77, by the way, in August, is still going strong in his position of power. Oh my god, I don't know how the hell he does it, but this might be the thing that totally wipes his slate clean of that power. Possibly, who knows? But here's where we get into what I'm on about.
To get banged in so hard that you would think it's 1994. Before the Sasha news last night, a report came out about Vince McMahon and it was not good to say the least. The board of World Wrestling Entertainment Inc. is investigating a secret $3 million settlement that longtime chief executive Vince McMahon agreed to pay to a departing employee with whom he allegedly had an affair, according to documents and people familiar with the board inquiry. So at the end of March, a friend of a former WWE employee sent an anonymous email to the board members and alleged that Mr. McMahon, 76 years old, initially hired the woman at a salary of $100,000 but increased it to $200,000 after.
Bearing in mind that this guy is in his 70s. Just want to make that clear, guys. Just want to make that clear so you're not having a hearing problem or something, or you're struggling to comprehend this. Just saying. Oh my
beginning
God.
a sexual relationship with her. The email to the board also alleged that, hear this out, Mr. McMahon gave her like a toy to Mr. Laurinaitis. The board is investigating the allegations in the email. The people familiar with the inquiry said, "My friend was so scared so she quit after Vince."
I'm surprised that Laurinaitis would do this, but I'm not surprised that Vince would, because it's Vince. I mean, what hasn't he done that is so outlandish over his nearly 77 years of living? Like, what has he not done at this point? Like, it's not surprising in the case of Vince, but it is surprising in the case of Laurinaitis.
McMahon and lawyer Jerry paid him millions of dollars to shut up, the initial email to the board said, referring to Mr. McMahon's longtime lawyer, Mr. McDevitt. Yo, so apparently at WWE headquarters, a former employee was out here getting passed around by a 76-year-old Vince McMahon and a 59-year-old Laurinaitis, both men who are married, even though there are reports that Linda and Vince aren't together. Either way, John Laurinaitis is definitely married, and they out here just tag teaming at headquarters. But jokes aside, okay, this is a very serious situation.
I really don't know how they got away with this for the longest time before now. I really don't know, but this ain't good. This ain't good by a long shot. This is bad. Oh my god.
This is a wild situation. The whole idea of Vince and Johnny using their power dynamic to possibly get into this relationship and then paying her off and then getting her to sign the NDA, and the fact that she was so scared of something that she quit, this is serious. This is a publicly
this is bad. This could smell bad news for the WWE. Like, the last crazy bad news was, to be fair, I would go as far as to say that the last crazy bad news that could even closely be on the same level of this is the Benoit tragedy. Like, if it weren't for Cena, like I said in my last video, WWE wouldn't be where it is today, because Cena saved the company. And yeah. And now we're in 2022, where another insane event could be bad for the WWE.
Created company, and the man who runs the show, the man who has the most power, is doing all of this. And yo, this is the thing, okay? This situation, it will probably get settled. They'll figure it out. They'll do a thing. But the can of worms that this can open, yo, it has no boundaries, because all it takes is one story like this to come out, and who knows what other slimy, weird stuff that's going on at the WWE is gonna come out. This isn't 1994, this isn't 2006. People are actually speaking out about things. Things like this are treated much more serious now, thankfully. This opens a very dangerous can of worms. Who knows what might come out now? The WWE board of members, their asses are on the line because of Vince, and this is such a bad look. There's so many things that go into it. First of all, like the whole power dynamic, how they treated the woman, all that. But even just the idea of like the WWE was out here laying off people for COVID cuts. Meanwhile, Vince is out here giving raises to the woman he's having an affair with. Like, there is so much going on. 2022 has not been...
I don't know what to say other than I'm not surprised that Vince did this, but I'm also very surprised that Laurinaitis would.
Kinds of the McMahons at this point. You had Triple H's power gone down to zero. Shane had a falling out with the company. A few weeks ago, Stephanie...
Yeah, the McMahons have not had it good in 2022. They really haven't, by a long shot. Because obviously you've got Hunter, who naturally had to step down from his... from NXT and all the stuff that he did for the company because of his heart problems. You have Shane that pretty much fell out with the company in some cases, thanks to the Royal Rumble beef of, well, this year. And then you have obviously Steph that that Thingy had to that took a leave of absence, and now you got Vince having a situation like this.
McMahon left for time off, which also raises the question, did Steph maybe know this was coming? But now Vince McMahon is about to catch it, and I'm not gonna jump to conclusions and be like, yo, rest in peace WWE, it's over, I can't support WWE anymore. But this is bad. This is really bad. It's not surprising. It's not at all, because if you do any amount of research, you can see a lot of the wild, creepy, slimy stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing with the internet. Like, it's the strongest that it's ever been, so it was bound to find its way into the world eventually, because, well, just technology and everything just gets better and better and better and better and better over time. So based on that, you can't really be surprised at the fact that people managed to find this. Like I certainly am not. I'm just surprised that Laurinaitis was involved in it. That's the only surprising part to me, particularly. And yeah, sadly, that's not the only insane thing that has ever happened in the confines of WWE
Stuff that has gone down
slash WWF.
in this company, but in this day and age, things are treated much differently. Yo, anybody wanna see what Nick Khan is up to these days? Yo, Nick Khan's speed run of the W.
Yeah, I think Nick Khan is gonna probably take control of WWE one way or the other, whether it's Vince retiring or Vince being accused of all this and Laurinaitis the same deal. It's gonna be Nick Khan. Like I think at this point it's ordained to happen. Unless Steph wants to obviously finish her leave of absence at some point, then it's gonna be Nick Khan without a shadow of a doubt.
WWE Towers has been insane.
Is that good? I don't know. Probably not. But is there really much choice given what's happened this year to the McMahons?
Triple H out of here, Shane out of here, Steph out of here, Kevin Dunn out of here, and now Vince. Yo, this guy has the GT San Andreas Infinite Health cheat on with all the weapons. He is untouchable. The can of worms is open, and it's gonna be so hard to close. Let's see what happens here. And then, yeah, like I said, the board, the head office, that is getting clapped. The in-ring product is getting clapped because Sasha Banks is trying to leave the scene. Cody Rhodes, who's been there